Up to the news story, Descendants. So let's go. Descendants, X-Mail reader. Um, here you go. Harry X. Harry Hook is Tony B's story. Prologue chapter, narrator Provo. Once upon a time, there lived a young prince, a boy who was different from the other princes. He was a special prince. He had a gen called Trance. No one liked this chance prince, and they did not want this prince to become king. The prince did not care that he was chance. He was happy. His parents were happy that their boy was happy to be who he is. Then one day he got a little brother to call his own. But this boy was not trans. He was a straight male. The The Chance Prince did not care that he was the only one who was Chance. The parents looked out for their Chance boy when other people from different kingdoms came, so their son would not get hurt by those people. The other kingdoms hated the Chance Prince, but his parents did not hate him for being what he is. But his brother, on the other hand, hated that his older brother was Chance. That his older brother got all the attention from his parents, and he did not get any of their attention on him. He planned to make his older brother run away from home, so he could finally get the attention he always wanted, that his older brother stole from him. He needed to find a way to do that, but how? Then they hit him like a brick wall. Why not call his older brother a disgrace to the kingdom, and maybe his brother will run away? He thought tonight would be the perfect time to do it to his older brother. It was night time in the kingdom of Auradon. The family of four was having supper in the dining room when Ben thought it was a good time to make his plan work. "Hey, Tony," said Ben. "Yes, brother," said Tony. "Oh, I just wanted to say you're the disgrace to the people of Auradon," said Ben. I have to go. Sorry, mother and father," said Tony, getting up from his seat and running out of the room. "Ben, how could you do that to your older brother?" said Belle, getting up from her chair and right after her son. "Son, you do not do that to your older brother. He is not a disgrace to this kingdom," said Adam, getting out of his chair, running out of the room to his older son. Meanwhile, their older son locked himself in his room so no one would get into his room. He did not want anyone to see him in his beast form. When he is sad or mad at himself, that he turns into the beast. He looked himself in the mirror and he did not like what he saw as the beast. He started to whimper when he cried. Belle got to the door, but it was locked, and she heard the whimpers of her son beast form and knew he was transformed when he was sad and mad at himself for thinking he was the disgrace of the kingdom. When Adam got there, he knew his son locked the door, so he turned half of his arm into the beast and broke his son's door down. They saw his son looking in the mirror, crying that he was whispering that he was the disgrace of the kingdom for being in trance. The two parents ran and hugged their son, trying to calm him down. The older prince was very shocked that his own parents would run after him and come to his room, see him in his beast form, plus breaking his door down to get into him. The older parents did not want to ask the question that was plaguing his mind. But he did needs to know why his parents still loved him for being trans. Mom and Dad, why do you still love me for being trans? Said Zoe. We will always love you, even if you are trans, said Belle. I love my little cub because you are mine and your mother's little trans beast, said Adam. So you don't hate me for being trans, said Tony. We don't hate you for being trans. We think you are a miracle that we got a son who can bear children, said Belle. Something I always wanted was a trans boy to rule the kingdom to show how people, not only males but trans males, can rule the kingdom, said Adam. So you think I can rule the kingdom as well, but the kingdom of France, said Tony. If you want, then you can, said Adam. Thank you, Father, said Tony. You are welcome, son, said Adam. But their talk was ruined by Ben walking into the room, to his older brother in his beast form. Get away from my parents, you monster, said Ben. That was the final straw for Tony. He ran out of his room and went out of the castle with his parents trying to follow him, but he was too fast. He got to the ocean and jumped in and started swimming to the Isle of the Lost. When he got there, he shook himself off and looked at the people looking at him. He shook them off and started to walking. He got to the main area of the villains, looked at him. He looked at the villains. What is the Prince of Arendon doing on the Isle of the Lost? Told Maleficent.